So we're just jumping right into this. Whoa, gotta slow down there. There was a DC that happened, so this is just us trying to recreate the battle. The match that you saw before was me the pre-record of the live battle. Just in fast forward, I always record my battles just in case stuff like this happened. And just for an FYI, the DC was on me, so that's my bad. I feel very bad. This is against ALex Loui, coach of the Barvarian Beedrills, someone that I hold in high regards as a battler because he's a great battler. He's a champion for a reason, and last season we did get the W, but he's grown a lot as a battler, so this is a huge match for us too because we're battling for the wildcard spot in the top spot in the Red Kanto division. I know that's a bit weird, but that's pretty much the situation we're in, and yeah, so we gotta get the W, and we're gonna try to pull through in this match. We're gonna really try against the champ. He's got a great team, he's got a really fast team, and I took account of that because my team isn't exactly the fastest team on the books, but I do have Trick Room, and I do have some fast mons to really take control of that. So I've got a lot of priority. I think I've got more priority on my team than he does, so that's gonna be awesome. But before we get into it, as we already are into, I start commentating the match and telling you what exactly happened, be sure to smash that like button. If you enjoy this sort of stuff, be sure to subscribe to and support us. It means a lot, and we're pretty close to 100, so let's try to push towards that. But we're gonna get into the match itself. Ladders went down, as you saw earlier on in stages, to Ice Punch from a Conch Elder, bulk up. That was nice, but in the long run, Ladders didn't really do a lot to my team, so it was a fair sack off. Furthorn went down to Talonflame's Flare Blitz. I had to sack something off. And unfortunately that sack off happened from one misplay because I misplayed in going for a Hidden Power Grasp, predicting he would switch out from his Talonflame against Sir Lord Helix, Sir Lord Helix, which is my Amistar. And I just clicked Hidden Power Grass instead of clicking Hidden Power or just simply Surf. So that was a huge misplay on my part. I could have taken down Talonflame at that moment and not sack off Furthorn. So that was a bit unfortunate. So what you're seeing right now is us recreating it. And no regards would he leave his Talonflame against Sir Lord Helix, and no way would I go for a Ice Beam, but I did go for Hidden Power. So we're just gonna keep on doing this, and that sort of summarizes the battle. I could not, in the earlier stages, break down my Lodic, as you saw. Sylveon has not hit the field yet. Sylveon is spec'd, and yeah, so we actually did recreate the battle quite well. My Amistar, I believe, was only like 93, and now he's at 94. His Talonflame is pretty much where exactly it should have been, or it will be in the later of the matches. The only unfortunate thing that happened in this was Sir Lord Helix, yeah, he lost his White Herb, which means a lot of things. It means quite a bit. It meant that this was a bit of a blunder on my part, actually. This was a big brain fart on my side because I was like, oh, just go for defog. We simply recreated the battle. One more burn, that's no problem. Instead of getting up the rain, which I should have had suggested. And I thought it didn't matter a lot. And so we just it was a long term of waiting, trying to get this battle happening and recreating it. And I was just like, you know what, F it. Let's just get right into the match itself. And the White Herb, I don't think it mattered. And yada yada blah blah blah. So we're just gonna simply start the battle right pretty soon, because I think at this moment we're like, all right, the battle's all set up. But I'm like, wait a minute, whoa, hold the phone, man. I had rain up, and that was that's pretty huge because rain meant absolutely nothing. It was just something. It was something nice. It takes a long time to really get rain up, and yeah, so I had the rain up, and this is where we're gonna actually set up the rain. So he's gonna just go right into Jules. I'm like, all right, double switch over here. Unamas is gonna set up rain. and we're gonna be exactly where we are right now, and this is where the match starts up. This is where stuff happened now. This is where we're actually playing. No more recreating the battle, and we're back into white-knuckled me, and he might be white-knuckled, but he's a bit more chillax. This is pretty cool too, because Dupless was actually at 43, I think, and now he's at 42. So after the lefties, I think I only regained like 10 health or something. And yeah, so that's a bit odd. That's a bit odd. So at this moment, thankfully, I do know that this thing is assault vested, and that's gonna play a huge part, which means Almastar cannot take down this thing in one hit in the rain by itself. So I have to really preserve it. I've got to get a Shell Smash up, and that means Surf would take it down in one hit. And yeah, so he's gonna withdraw Griever. I predicted him to go for some sort of attack, and I knew Politoed could take any attack this thing wanted to do, as long as it didn't have Grass Knot, which I don't even think Grass Knot would do a lot. And I'd be in a decent position. So I'm just gonna go for the Safe Scald. I know if I get it burnt, I'm gonna be in an awesome position, because that means Sir Lord Helix could set up all over that thing, and I can set up the Shell Smash. Looks like it doesn't have Bullet Punch, so that's not too shabby. He doesn't have the priority, which means Sir Lord Helix could actually do something. So at this moment, I'm trying to wither down this Mandy. This thing is proving to be super annoying in the battle. I could not break it down. I know I have to get it to 50% if this is a special defensive Milotic. That meant Hidden Power Grass on Almastar would take it down after a +2 Shell Smash. So that was the real struggle in this battle, and as I know, the longer I stay in here with Unomas, the more turns of rain I burn, and that means I have to keep Unomas still relatively healthy just in case the rain goes down. So Unomas and Almastar together are my win conditions, and it's just really playing those two to perfection. So I specifically designed this team for a rainy, wet affair. A wet affair, that's for sure. So this is the Sleep, Rest Talk, Toxic Scald. If I had put Encore or something else, maybe I could have been in a better position, but ultimately I decided, hey, there's no way that I'm gonna burn this thing with a Scald on the very first Scald that I do. That is not gonna happen, but I did, and that really proved to be sort of my downfall, I guess. I think it did, because I could not rack up damage quick enough with burn, and it really was Politoed versus Milotic this whole time. I couldn't switch into anything else. At one part, Politoed walled Mandy completely, and at another part, so did Mandy. So yeah, so I gotta go for the Sleep Talk over here, and yeah, I gotta keep doing that. Gotta keep doing those moves. Gotta keep doing those moves. And unfortunately for me, I get the Scald. If it had been under rain, Zapdos would have gone down, but he played it pretty smart, and his Volt Turning action will sort of catch me on my back heel, because I didn't bring Donphan, which means he has free priority to switch. Thankfully for me, this isn't fully invested in whatchamacallit, special attack. So that means I could take one Volt Switch, barely, but I could take it. And that's, at this moment I thought, alright Dupless, you're gonna go down. It's Stingmon. There's nothing that you can do to this thing. So my last chance of a hope is actually just going for Pain Split, and hopefully he just goes for either like a U-turn or something like that, or just goes for a Protect, and I get more health. But he actually goes for the best thing, Felt Stinger, or Felt Stinger, yeah. Which means I'll live by 3, and I can get this Pain Split off, get my Dupless back to 80 or 50%, and that is huge. This means that this Stingmon has Felt Stinger and U-turn and Poison Jab. It has nothing to touch this Dupless, which means Dupless completely walls this thing, and suddenly I'm looking really, really awesome at this point. I guess he sort of figured that he could roost up Zeus on me, but I overpredict. This was a big misplay on my part. I was hoping that he'd go into Metagross, but he didn't, and I could have set up a Calm Mind over here, which wouldn't have been so bad. It wouldn't have been bad at all. And he's just gonna go for the Roost at this moment, as I'm just gonna start setting up Calm Minds and Shadow Balls, or start throwing Shadow Balls and Calm Minds all over the battlefield. And this means now I can take my Lodic's hits a lot better, and I can take the Zapdos hits a lot better, and Shadow Ball will do a lot of damage on Zapdos, Milotic, and more importantly, Metagross. And he cannot switch his Stingmon. So at this moment, I feel like I'm getting a bit of momentum back on my side, and suddenly I'm looking a lot better. But instead of going for another Calm Mind like I should have, I go for the Shadow Ball, which is not bueno on my part. I do get the special defense drop, which is nice, but he makes a better play and goes for the Volt Switch. So if I had been at just +3 or something, I think I would have been at a decent position in a point where I could have taken the battle back and done some damage. Could have done some damage, but thankfully for me, +1, it's not going to do a lot of damage against me. Manny's going to come out, so I'm like, well, I can keep Calm Minding and going for the Shadow Balls, and that's pretty much it. Shadow Ball does a decent amount. If I get one defense drop, he's going to be in a bad position because Doofless is going to be quite the handful at this moment. So I'm like, alright Doofless, bring it back home for us. Manny is almost at range to where I could take it down, but he reveals he has Psych Up. And I'm like, that's not good. That's not good at all. That is bad. That is the opposite of good. That is really bad. Because now, I can't go for Calm Minds. If this thing is multi-scale and at +2 or 3, my team gets wrecked. Gets totally wrecked. He can stall me out, and we can call it a good day. Because, yeah. So we're back to square one, in which he's just going to recover, and I'm going to try to go for Shadow Balls, try to get the special defense drop. And it was a bit weird, because I was really close to going to, when it was just Dupless and Milotic, I was really close to just going into Sylveon and really just doing that, because I thought, I was like, well, Beedrill is at range where a Hyper Voice could have taken down. Any extra damage on Metagross would be nice, and because it is Assault Vested, that would be nice. But I ultimately decided to go for a Shadow Ball, and it proved to be quite costly, because now Dupless being burnt, that's going to be problematic, because now he can just stay in here and recover stall me and just go for Psych Ups. Maybe I guess when we DC'd, I don't know how many PPs he had for recover, but I'm pretty sure he was at a safe amount. However, I have risk. I don't have pressure. If I had pressure, maybe it would have been a different story. He would have lost some PPs for recover, and he would have been in an awkward position. But at this moment, this Milotic will dominate this battle, and it was a really long battle, that's for certain, because it was just Milotic, Dusknoir versus Milotic. It was Milotic versus Politoed, and it was just me trying to break down this thing, but couldn't do it. And he makes a brilliant play over here. He predicts that I'm going to go for the Pain Split, predicting him to go for the Recover, and this is my second choke on which I could have taken down Talonflame, which meant he wouldn't have any more priority, and Sir Lord Helix could have actually just ended the match at this moment, but I end up just going for a Pain Split, and it's not good. It's not good at all. And Dupless will go down. Dupless put a brilliant fight. This was his first battle coming in, and he just did above and beyond. But due to the coach's performance and request, he went down. So that sucks. That was really big. That was another huge play. I had 2 opportunities to take out Talonflame, and I did not grasp those opportunities. So we're gonna see if it really proved to be quite the thing. He lives on a couple, and that's just amazing team preparation by ALex Loui, because he probably knew how much HP he would have left, and that was just, man. I also make another misplay. It was just misplay after misplay. I forgot how many turns of sleep I had, and maybe if I just gone for a Scald at that moment, maybe I would have been at a decent position, but yeah. So I'm gonna be all the way to yellow, and I figured, hey, there's no way that I could live that hit. And Stingmon will come through, which means I'm just gonna go for a Scald. I do live the Volt Switch, which is incredible. I did not know that Politoed is that bulky, or that specially defensive, or Zeus has just nothing on his side. So I figured, hey, this is the moment that I've been waiting for. I have to go for a sack off on Unomas, which means I only have a limited amount of time before the rain goes out, and I have to take out, I think, 4 Pokemon on his side. So a huge part. I know if I go for Shell Smash, I'm losing something. I know if I go for Surf, I could potentially take out Griever, but that's not gonna happen. Griever has the Assault Vest, and that's huge because Griever with an Assault Vest means that he can take this hit. But also Griever with a Choice Band would have taken me down in 1 hit. So it was interesting. It was interesting. And unfortunately for me, I cannot take down this Milotic. He switches out. Really good prediction on, or really good switch out on his part, because his Mons cannot really do a lot, and he's stalling out the rain too with this thing. So at this moment, due to once again I have to do another sack off, and because the rain is running out, my Sir Lord Helix cannot take this hit. And this is what I was talking about, maybe having the White Herb might have mattered, because if I had the White Herb, I would have just clicked Shell Smash and sort of risk it. I don't know if his Metagross had Bullet Punch or something like that. Guessing that he had Meteor Mash, he did not have Bullet Punch, so I don't know. It might have mattered, because at the end it would have been, I think I would have just gone for a Shell Smash. Surf would have taken on Metagross. He'd have to go into Talonflame. Talonflame would have been gone. It would be Milotic versus Sylveon, and that's it. So I'm not sure if it did matter. We're gonna lose the battle, and it was a really, really close battle. It could have gone either way. It sucks that I lost my White Herb, but that's on me. That was my own blunder, because I should have realized, oh hey, wait a minute, Defog activates White Herb. Yeah, so anywho, we're going to be going 3-3. Now we're in a tough position within the Red Contra Conference, because after the loss against ALex Loui, I think we're battling for a wild card spot now. And next week's battle is huge, because it is against the Minnesota Eon Twins, who are an incredible team. They've got a really powerful team, and we're battling a wild card spot for them. So if we lose, we're going to be once again in the middle of the pack like we were in last season. And if we win, we'll be potentially at the top of the at the top of the Red Kanto division, and holding that first spot and having the 3rd win within the division. So that's going to be really awesome. But yeah. And I'm really, like, I want to apologize to ALex Loui, because I still feel bad about the DC. That was on my end, and really, really just, it just sucks when a DC happens, and it sucks a lot more because it was on my end. So I feel bad about that. He's an awesome guy. He, like, after the battle, he told me, hey man, don't feel bad. It happens, that Pokemon. It was a really awesome battle, and that's what it was. It was a really incredible battle, and we did really recreate the match almost identical to what it was after the DC. So really good battle, ALex Loui. I hope we meet in the, I know for sure we're gonna meet eventually later down the road. Like always, all of our battles are really close, but I'm gonna get going. If you guys enjoyed this, be sure to smash that like button. We're 3-3. We're gonna keep on battling for a playoff spot. Be sure to check out other things on the channel. Crump is doing really incredible in the RVL. I do believe he has the only win against ALex Loui, so be sure to check that out. And yeah, so this is Cap signing off.